And welcome. Today is our International Day of Yoga. It is an absolute pleasure to join you live here. And thank you, Pessy, for hosting this. So I thought for today that I would just love to take a moment to connect, to invite you into a brief practice. This is going to be a chair-based practice. It is going to be very gentle. And to incorporate some of the therapeutic yoga for trauma recovery approaches and applied polyvagal theory approaches to tending to your nervous system on this beautiful solstice day and International Day of Yoga. So as we join together for a moment, I would love to invite you to take a moment to just be present, to invite yourself here in the middle of your day or at the beginning or the end of the day, depending on where you are tuning in from, and to allow yourself to just notice what is it that you are bringing with you. Because when we come to the mat or to the practice, it always begins with awareness. That is where we need to arrive. It is what we bring with us that makes the practice. And therefore, that understanding, that felt sense, what is it that you are stepping in with? That's where we begin. You can check in with the quality of mind, with the sensations in your body, if that feels comfortable for you. Maybe you begin to notice your breath. Begin to notice your energy, your emotions that are here for you. And whether that's a lot of energy and emotion or that you're feeling more depleted today, all of that is welcome here, whatever you're bringing. And with that self-awareness, take a moment to perhaps arrive at an intention, even for this short 15-minute practice. What is it that you are bringing? What is your why? What are you hoping to get out of this time together? Intention focuses your attention. It gives life and meaning to our practice. So I'll invite you to bring that self-awareness, that intention with you, and to begin to rub your palms together for a moment. Just allowing yourself to sense and feel the warmth in your hands, the energy that's there. And to bring your very own hands over your very own face and to greet the periphery of your skin, starting here at your head, maybe sweeping from shoulders down to arms or all the way to hands. You can even greet palm to palm. If you feel comfortable, you might greet front body from throat down to belly, or reach around to your back body and sweep across kidneys down towards your sacrum. You might even, if you feel comfortable, reach around and just greet your legs. Sweeping fronts and backs. You might even greet your very own feet. Good. I'm going to shift a little further back as we move into just a bit more movement. I'm going to come seated on a chair, and you are welcome to do this seated on a mat. You're welcome to do anything I'm offering, standing, whatever's going to serve you. And in whatever shape, seated position you are choosing, I'm going to invite a moment of breath. And this breath practice will start with Ha-Kara Pranayama, or the Ha sounding breath. And then we'll move into Ujjayi Pranayama, or the oceanic breath. And if Ha-Kara or Ujjayi are new to you, they're very simple. And you can start as if you were fogging up a mirror and sound breathing towards your palm. It'll catch what you'll feel is the moisture and warmth of your breath. And then the invitation begins to move into a nose breath, but that same quality of the sound in the throat, that whisper muscles, and then in and out of the nose. Finding your pace with the breath, slowing it down perhaps. And again. And for this next breath, I'm going to invite a sigh, a sound, and an opportunity to let something go. Let's do that again. Maybe even just a little less control around that sound and just stop. Let something go. Beautiful. And into the space that you've created for yourself, a little bit of movement will bring something in. And this first movement is a circular movement. You might inhale forward and exhale back. And sensing the three-dimensionality of your own body, really allowing yourself to move into your spine, into your hips, into your pelvis, grounding into the lower body, especially if you've been focused in your mind on the computer, on the screen, just letting yourself descend. You can even close your eyes. We'll take that circular movement the other way. Good. Your range of motion, it can be very small and it can be very large. The breath can be very deep, that continued feeling of ujjayi or that sigh, or very shallow, honoring what's right for you today. And staying with a little bit of spinal movement, the next invitation is to find a seated cat-cow. Inhale, bringing your spine forward. I'll show it from the side. And exhale, retreating back. And this offers a little bit of that extension of the spine and then a flexion of the spine. And we're mirroring all of nature here, that quality of expansion and contraction. And you can find this even with your arms. You might let your arms open and come to close. You might even give yourself a beautiful hug, greeting yourself in that closing inward, and then offering that hug to the world, knowing that we are celebrating in a large international community today, all around this common factor of yoga, which means to yoke, to find union between self and self, between self and other, between self and the world. And then returning to center. Our next invitation is to come into a little seated hip stretch. And this one is to cross one ankle over the other knee. Doesn't matter, we're going to do both sides. So start here and just allowing yourself to feel into your hip. You can even lean forward just a little bit, lean away from your hip. You can even turn a little bit in one direction or the other. And for those of you that are really wanting to go for the gusto and you're wanting a little more here, you can take this out of the chair, right? You can balance in this one if you'd like. So the beautiful thing about these practices is they can be adapted to meet your energy level, what is happening in your body at any given day. So I like to give a little wiggle into the hips, greeting with what is happening, right? Get to know what's there for you. And then to take your leg and cross it over. So many of us sit like this every day, right? But we're going to match this. So notice which leg is on top. For me, it's my right. And I'm going to take the right arm under. So take the same side under and then go either to your self-hug or we'll find seated eagle, crossing the forearms palm to palm. Once again, for my friends that want a little more bang for your buck here, you can do this in balance and find a standing eagle in whichever shape you're choosing, seated or standing, coming back to your breath. Sensing the ways in which we cross midline at multiple intersections, even with the most simple form, that self-hug. And notice the way in which your body is mirroring nature once again, even in the double helix of our DNA, the spirals. And see what it feels like to sense your own midline, even as we cross it in multiple intersections. Gorgeous. Let's unwind the legs. Maybe shake that out. If you are standing, you can shake it out, or you might choose to stand and give it a little shake. And then let's find it on side 2. This time, taking left leg or the opposite leg on top, whichever you did on the other side. And we're going to go first into that figure 4. So we're going to stack the ankle over the thigh. I had a moment there. I was like, no, we had something before eagle. Oh yeah, we don't want to miss this. Finding that figure 4. And again, you can lean forward into it, back out of it, a little twist, a little midday wiggle in your hips. At least it's midday here in Colorado. Coming to breath. It's not uncommon for our hips to hold some juice in there, and just like the lemon, we want to squeeze out any of that sour, but we do so super gently. So you can always titrate back out of any intensity, or as you might have done on the side 1, you can up level it. You can come off of the chair and stand in balance. Whichever you're choosing, choose it fully. Let yourself embrace where you are today. And now let's go ahead and cross the leg all the way over, finding your variation of eagle. This time, check which leg's on top. That arm's going to go under, either into the self-hug, or you lift the forearms, maybe even greet palm to palm or fingers to palm. You might stay seated. Some of you might choose to do standing balancing eagle. And know that there's no right or wrong. You get to be in charge of whether or not you want a chosen challenge or a restorative reset. Coming back to breath. Maybe returning to your intention. And then releasing your arms, releasing your legs. We'll have one more posture and then a final breath integration for our short practice. Final posture is seated goddess. This time turning the feet out, the knees out, and the arms uplifted here in our goddess shape. Now, for those of you that are wanting a little more, you might lift off the chair and do a standing goddess. Let yourself embrace it, really tuning into the way that goddess quality, again, for solstice, for the beautiful, sensing of the expansion of our longest day of the year, that we get to really feel that capacity to tap in to the wise presence that exists inside of you, inside of each and every one of us. And that connection resides here in your body, in connection to the nature that surrounds us, to this earth that holds us. Gaia, Mother Earth, we'll tap into that. And then pressing into your feet. If you're standing, lifting all the way for a moment to a 5-pointed star. And likewise, that can be done seated. You might even extend your legs for a moment. Just feeling that expansive shape, the full embrace, before drawing legs back in, hands back in to center. So I'll come a little closer once again for our final breath integration before we close out. And this final practice will be just 1 minute, and I'll invite you to perhaps continue it on your own in alternate nostril pranayama. It's such an integrative practice, once again integrating between left and right sides of your body, helping you connect to center. In this practice, we use right hand as mudra, and we use the thumb to close off right nostril. And to begin, inhaling through the left. And then taking your fingers, closing left nostril, exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. And then releasing your right hand. Perhaps one last time, palm to palm at your heart. Tuning inward. Noticing what may have shifted in just a short practice. What you brought with you. What you are taking away. And thank you for joining us. Namaste.